Well, Apple may be planning a version of its iPad tablet computer with a 7-inch screen that is smaller in order to fend off a threat from competing devices. Well, joining us this morning is Rodman Renshaw's senior tech analyst, Ashok Kumar, who made that prediction. And Ashok, what information are you gathering that tells you that they're going to go smaller here?
Yes, our supply chain checks indicate that Apple will release a second-generation iPad early next year, and the form factor will be a 7-inch screen with a front and rear-facing video camera. So this will be at parity with the hardware specification of the Android offerings, most recently the Galaxy from Samsung.
But aside from what the competitors are doing, I mean, do people really want a smaller iPad?
I think that's a good question. I think one is it's likely that Apple is trying to hit a lower price point. And from a production management perspective, I think it would be logistically complex to have two different SKUs. So it's unclear whether Apple will continue to maintain the legacy 9.7-inch display device as well as the upcoming device, or it will sunset the older product and just ramp up the new one.
Oh, well, but that's exactly the point, Ashok. I mean, is it about the size, or is it about the fact that the iPad isn't capable of doing some things that some of the competitors are now putting out there? For instance, a camera, being on various carriers. I mean, those are things that the iPad just doesn't do yet.
Yes, there are going to be two different SKUs, product lines, for this broad tablet category. One is going to be the Wi-Fi capable, which will distribute primarily through the consumer retail channel, and the second will be the 3G, which will be subsidized and will be offered through the carriers. And I think Apple is trying to straddle both those opportunities.
Okay, so then where does that leave the current iPad?
That's a good point, because Apple right now, production volumes are approximately 2 million a month, going to 3 million by year end. And it's unlikely that Apple will be able to, maintain the iPod type of market share in this product category. iPod market share is about 70% on unit basis, 85% by value.
Right.
So Apple will have to differentiate primarily on the strength of its applications.
On the strength of its applications. Are you getting any sense, though, that the iPad is becoming a need-to-have device?
Not yet. I think it's a nice-to-have device today, but I think as we start to see migration of more productivity applications to this platform, it will fall into this need-to-have category. So right now, it falls into this neither world between a smartphone and a notebook.
Yeah, because, we've had people on. Yesterday, Porter Bibb was on saying, look, pretty soon you're going to be watching movies, and first-time movies, or I guess your first glimpse of these movies on the iPad. And then you've got Apple talking to various companies about, eventually having some sort of subscription central model where all the newspapers are going to be subscribed through, sort of an Apple store type of thing. Is that when the iPad becomes a need-to-know device?
Yes, possibly, right? I think today, as you pointed out, you have the digital magazines, gaming, video applications, and then a combination of productivity applications being migrated to this platform will cannibalize, the mainstream, notebook market. I think IDC forecasts this market opportunity to be about 45 million units by 2014. We think that's very conservative. It could be as large as, 50 million units as early as next year.